The rating units of NSF submits a 5-point memorandum to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, urging him to immediately and proactively look into the matter. After 12 long days of agitation, All Nagaland Adult Teachers Group 2015 calls off its protests following a meeting with state government representatives. A high-powered committee to be formed in 15 days to study the case and present suggestions by June 2023. NPPC Chief K. Terry appeals to oust UDA government from power, calling it the roadblock in the way of Naga political solution. Terry says party to contest in at least 45 seats, not allowing BJP and NPPC a cakewalk in 2023 polls. In an attempt to assist women in distress, Nagaland Pradesh Mahila Congress launches a street toll-free helpline number in Dimapur. Party hits out at BJP-led government for running the Hindutva agenda in Christian state of Nagaland. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, along with BJP President JB Naga, inaugurated BJP's new party headquarters in Assam. Shah asserts Northeast marched ahead towards peace and development during last 8 years of BJP rule under Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Hello viewers, welcome to News Now. We will now proceed and look into the news in detail. The 7 federating units of the Eastern Naga Students Federation submitted a 5-point memorandum on Friday to Prime Minister Narendra Modi to look into the demand for a separate frontier Nagaland state. The memorandum was submitted through the Deputy Commissioners by Chang Wedoshi Setsang, Konyak Students Union, Kemingan Students Union, Pom Students Conference, Tikir Students Union, United Sanctum Students Conference, and Yungkyun Akro Arako. NSF informed that the 6 districts of Tuengsang, Mon, Longland, Kifri, Noklak and Shamator have been neglected by successive governments in the state of Nagaland for the past 59 years. NSF also opined that the leaders, notably NSF, asked Government of India to proactively look into the cherished dream of people of Nagaland over the demand for frontier Nagaland. After 12 long days of agitation, All Nagaland Adult Teachers Group 2015 called off its protest on Friday. The decision came after a meeting with state government representatives. Earlier in the day, the meeting held for more than 6 hours was headed by the Principal Secretary to CM and was attended by Commissioner and Secretary of School Education and SCERT along with President of ANADG and ANSTA and Chairman Advisory Committee. ANADG has agreed to immediately call off their agitation and hunger strike after the parties came to a resolution to a 5-pointers. The points include a setting up of a high-power committee in its days and study the case, and HPC will then present its suggestion by June 2023, after which it will begin working to remedy the ANADG 2015 batches service regulatory issued by December 2023. Further, the adult teacher service extensions will likewise continue under the issue is resolved. Also, grant of the 7th ROP will be based on the recommendations. The 4th and the 5th point includes ANADG 2015 batch and ANSTA members will be given opportunity to present their case before the HPC and the committee will have a review meeting every 2 months. Notably, spokesperson of Anadji Bendangtumsu Ozukam stated that as the meeting was successful, they called off their protests with the general consensus of the members.
Today was the 12th and the final day of the agitation and the hunger strike called by the Anadji 2015 batch in demand for our service regularization. And we have been sitting for the meeting since 12:40, and we just finished with a meeting past 7 tonight. And yes, of all the discussions that we have had throughout this course of 12 days, today was the most successful, or I would rather say the meeting was successful, and that's the reason why we have a call of the agitation some 5-10 minutes back with the general consensus of the general member, that is of course. And in that meeting, we have agreed upon 5 points, and those 5 points are more to do with the regularization process. So today somehow we have been able to pull down the 1 month's time to 15 days time frame for the formation of the HPC. Then the findings has to be submitted by June 2023, and then our issue will be resolved. Our matter will be resolved by Anadji of the Anadji batch within 2023 of December 2023. So with those kind of assurance, we had to call off the agitation. And the good thing about the HPC is also that we will be having a review meeting every 2 months. So yes, it was a very successful meeting today. Yeah, today was the 12th.
NPPC Chief K. Theory on Friday strongly criticized the Nagaland government for delaying the Naga political solution. Theory, while attending the Sri helpline launch in Dimapur, said that the present Rio government is toying with aspirations of the Naga people. Taking a jibe at the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Theory said that when the Prime Minister himself said that the Naga issue is solved, then why there is a prolonged delay in the final settlement? NPCC President said that if the Nagas want an early solution, then the UDA government must be ousted from power. Therefore, the party will not allow BJP and NPPC alliance to have a cakewalk and will fight at least in 45 seats, if not in all 60 seats. Moreover, Congress is ready to help any other candidate to defeat NPPC-BJP alliance in other seats. Theory promised if Congress comes to power, the party will ensure free education, power and water supply, employment generation, and will focus on building of roads and sports infrastructure among the key works.
25 years political solution negotiation there. It to be Amakan road block, road bond Kurigana Rakato, Nagaland state government Hoshide. Settlement Lobo Kole, Congress Ka Utai Dibe, Amakan settlement and Dibo. Kilemane solution to framework agreement or working committee agreed point ase. It to be toward the settlement approval ase. The state government, jodi settlement krubo, koi gene tar willpower. Abnakan ki fasala kore gine ase, itu amakan settlement krubo. Koile, nobody can stop us. Prime Minister भी कोई नहीं ऐसा तो Naga political problem तो resolve हो जाए खत्म हो जाए तो इस शोरों में तो he cannot go back किंतु Nagaland state is the roadblock. If we want solution, we have to remove this government. We Congress will fight. If not 60, we will at least fight 45. Kinto, 1 June can be uncontested korban na jibo. Sob jagata we will feel. Ino jodi ekta candidate tay BJP ke defeat korbo pare aur NDPP alliance ke defeat korbo pare koile. Amahan tak ye hoy korina modak korogine BJP aur alliance to খতম করব কংগ্রেস টিকেট না লইলে আমাকে এটুকে মদত করব কিন্তু কংগ্রেস হ্যাভ টু উইন টু ফর্ম দ্য গভর্নমেন্ট এটু করলে আমাকে 40-45 তো মিনিমাম টিকেট ইস্যু করব আমি কে ইলেক্ট করাইলে আমার পার্টি ইলেক্ট করলে এটু রাস্তা দিব এটু পাওয়ার সাপ্লাই দিব এটু ওয়াটার সাপ্লাই দিব এটু হেলথ ইন্স্যুরেন্স লাইফ টাইম আপনাকে দিব আমার ফ্রি এডুকেশন দিব
Nagaland Pradesh Mahila Congress on Friday launched a toll-free helpline number known as TREE, which means Support Team for Relief, Emergency and Empowerment for Women. The helpline number 1-800-203-0589 was launched at Dimapur Congress Bhavan. Notably, All India Mahila Congress launched the TREE toll-free helpline number across the country on August 20, 2022. It is to be mentioned that the helpline service, consisting dedicated team of lawyers and doctors, voluntarily provides services to the needy women. While talking to media, Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee President K. Theri, former Chief Minister K.L. Chishi and Vice President G.K. Jimomi hit out at BJP and NPPC government for not fulfilling the promises made earlier during the election and said BJP is trying to make differences between tribes and religions and wants to create a Hindu nation by depriving the rights of minorities. K.L. Chishi and Theri also said that the BJP is an anti-Christian party and with the help of RSS, BJP is dominating and are going against the Constitution of India, not letting people to enjoy the democracy. They affirmed that Congress will always tend to fight those people or parties coming up with the intention of harming the democracy.
Christian, Muslim, minorities, और कौन के डिप्राइव करो कि ना से আমাকে মিলাই কিনে বিজেপি পুরো নাগাল্যান্ডে হাতাই দিব একদমই ওলাবলে না দিব এটো কারণে বিজেপি তো এন্টি খ্রিস্টান এন্টি কালচার এন্টি কাস্টম আমাগান ওয়ে অফ লাইফ পুরা against us. They want us to convert into Hindutva. Hindutva চিশি কই দিছে Hindutva মানে হিন্দুস্তান ইন্ডিয়া তো হিন্দুস্তান হব লাগে হিন্দু লগা নেশন হব লাগে হিন্দু লগা রাষ্ট্র হিন্দু রাষ্ট্র মিন্স হিন্দু কিংডম আৰু হিন্দীহে কব লাগে হিন্দী লগা ডাইলেক্ট এটো অফিচিয়েল ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ হব লাগে আৰু হিন্দুইজম ধর্ম রিলিজিয়ন তো হলে হিন্দুইজমহে চলাব লাগে বিজেপি এটো যাতে আৰু আরএসএস এটা আহি কেনে তাখন বিজন দিয়া তো NPPC আছে দেই রিও আছে Nagaland State Assembly 20 seat vacate করে কিনে দিয়া RSS আর বিজেপি কে বহিব পারে আপনারা ইলেক্ট করে কিনে বহিবি কই কিনে দিয়া
The Nagaland Tribes Council on Friday raised concerns over the Nagaland Special Development Zones, saying that will be detrimental to the interests of the state. Initially, the proposed plan was to earmark the whole area of the foothills from Tizza in Mon district to Kohima in Piran district. However, now 8 districts, Mon, Longland, Mukukchong, Wokha, Newland, Chumagidima, Dimapur and Piran are all under special development zones. NTC pointed out 5 clauses under serial number 10 of the concept restructuring the land tenure system and relaxation of the ILP system based on the Bengal Frontier Regulations of 1873 contradicts the enforcements of ILP and the Nagaland Land Amendment Act of 1978, following which the areas under NSTZS will remain outside the purview of the Article 371A, whereby the vast plain foothill sectors will be offered to strangers for permanent settlement. Another concern raised by the NTC was the register of indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland. NTC urged that the government's tribal belt notification of 1979 should be revoked and asserted that implementation of RIIN should be done by maintaining cut-off date and year as December 1, 1963. The Power Department has informed that continuous shutdown of 220 kV DC Meriani Mokokchung transmission line has been scheduled from October 10 to 28. The action is being carried out in order to enable swapping of lines and bay exchange for 220 kV new Kohima Mokokchung line under NERSIP, upon which the Mokokchung Transmission Division appealed the consumers to extend cooperation and bear the inconvenience that may arise during the shutdown period. Meanwhile, it informed that the power supply to the Mokokchung load center would be fed from Doyang Hydro Project via 132 kV Mokokchung Doyang transmission line and from Likimro Hydro Project via 66 kV Kifri Tuengsang Mokokchung transmission line. The Rising Youth Peg District expressed disappointment over the insensitive and criminal misinterpretation of a particular Naga tribe of Peg District in Nagaland in a fictional Bengali novel Boch written by Debarati Mukhopadhyay. The president of Rising Youth, Kulupoi Vedio, claimed that the author can be booked under relevant sections of law for such portrayal. Notably, the novel portrayed a tribe called Jeshami in Peg District, which still practiced the tradition of cannibalism. Vedio also expressed anger over the author for stereotypical representations and practicing racism against the tribal communities of the Northeast. The author dismisses all criticisms by justifying it as an imaginary story and claimed that there is no intention of hurting the sentiments of a community. In an attempt to help the differently abled persons to discover their abilities and to train them with various vocational training, a training center for the differently abled persons was inaugurated in Care and Support Society office in Mokokchung on Saturday. Notably, there are currently 5 programs under CNSS, namely Mobile ICTC, Family Counseling Center, Targeted Intervention, Childline 1098 and Children Home, while the training center for the differently abled persons will be the 6th program initiated by the NGO. It may be mentioned that the main objective of instituting the training center is to help the differently abled persons and help them learn a livelihood, thereby empowering them and making society an absolutely inclusive society for them. Meanwhile, during the inauguration program, 3 PWD beneficiaries were given sewing machine, which were donated by the special guest, Speaker of Nagaland Legislative Assembly, Sheringan Longcomer, and Bonita Gurung. Nagaland Government Higher Secondary School Employees Association celebrated 25th anniversary of the NGHSSEA on 8th of October 2022 at the Naito Resort in Chumukidima. MLA and Advisor of School Education and SCERT KT Sakalu graced the occasion as the special guest and congratulated the association for marking 25 years of journey and being the teachers always guiding children to learn. Principal Director School Education Tavasilin K. on the occasion shared how the department is working to boost educational system of Nagaland. He pointed out that by bringing more upgradation onto vocational and practical teaching, the capacity of children can be uplifted. He urged the teachers to be more sincere and active in teaching, especially in government schools. He further informed that the government of Nagaland has introduced a strategic plan to revamp the educational system for enhancing learning skills for the specially abled students.
An inline survey, so that's going to determine how successful this project has been and whether it's brought about any tangible change. There's also a comprehensive Nagaland education management information system, which would be a super UDIs of sorts, which is in the works. An organization will come on board shortly for developing this, which will be a one-stop resource center for all of us to know anything about the school education ecosystem in the state. The third would be around an organization has come on board for governance and capacity building, because this is again a major area which needs intervention, because ensuring that our teachers continuously stay motivated, and once they're motivated, help build their capacity to deliver instructions in a superior manner. There's also the teacher attendance monitoring system, which uses fairly advanced technology. I don't want to get into the details now, which we believe would finally put an end to the menace of engaging proxy teachers. There's also another agency which has come on board to sort of redefine the assessment framework that we have.
I would like
The Kohima Ong Pang Kong Telung Gym on Saturday celebrated its Golden Jubilee at Moluki Paramedical in Kohima with Dr. S.C. Jamir as the chief guest and with several other dignitaries in attendance. During the program, the president of KOT, while addressing the gathering, said that the celebrations should be celebrated prayerfully, while he also blessed the gathering. Meanwhile, Chief Guest S.C. Jamir, while addressing the gathering, said he strongly emphasized on the part of truthness. Jamir opined that the Nagas have become worse as they have gone far away from God, while he metaphorically said that the Nagas have now become unable to differentiate between the light and the dark, and said that if a candle is lit in a dark room, the light brightens the room and removes the darkness. Furthermore, he also said that it is a changing world and no one can stop the changes. So along with the changes, let the Nagas also change the ways of living. The 22nd edition of NSF Marta's Memorial Trophy 2022 under the aegis of Angami Students' Union kicked off on Friday at Indira Gandhi Stadium, Kohima. Altogether, 35 teams are participating and Headhunters FC defeated Toili FC by 3-0 in the opening match. During the inaugural event, MLA and leader of Naga People's Front Legislature, Kuzuluzo Azo Nino, stated that in the field of sports and games, Nagaland needs to be more committed and with more consistency. Notably, the champions will walk away with a cash prize of Rs 2 lakh, while the runners-up team will receive Rs 1,20,000. Also, The losing semi-finalists will receive rupees 30,000 each, and the losing quarter-finalists will be provided an amount of rupees 3,000 each.
Football lovers in Nagaland, football, when we take the game football is always associated with the name Dr. T. Ao, who is and will always be a legend to us, who was the first Olympic football team captain of independent India. When we talk about Olympics in Nagaland, only two prominent names pop up. One is Dr. T. Ao in football, in the arena of football, and the other is Ms. Keprovala Suro in the arena of archery. Even after 58 years of statehood, frankly speaking, it's a matter of shame and embarrassment that we could produce only two Olympians. Now, to my thinking, it's high time we do some thorough research as to why we still lag far behind. Is it because the lack of support from the government? Or is it because of ourselves? I think time for pointing fingers at one another, blaming one another should cease at all costs. And we should also try to pick the dirt from our own eye and try to pick the dirt from the other's eye after that. And so therefore, I think we ought to take the blame ourselves. Because maybe we lack committed sportsmanship, or maybe because we lack dedicated, disciplined sportsmanship, or maybe we Nagas, we are too casual in everything and we don't take things very seriously. When it comes to games...
The third biennial youth conference of the Association of the Gorkha Baptist Churches Nagaland was organized at Konyak Baptist Buimonok Bungjum Mission Center in Mon District on October 7. The event was held on the theme, Be Still and Know That I Am God. More than 420 delegates and officials across Nagaland Gorkha churches attended the three-day event. Notably, on the first day, the event was graced by songwriter Adrian Dewan as the guest speaker, where he exhorted the young people to lead a responsible life. It is to be mentioned that 42 Gorkha churches from Nagaland took part in the conference of AGBCN. The event was chaired by Inosh Tamang and was attended by Executive Secretary of KBB Reverend M. Chumyung Konyak, Rupender Magar, Secretary of AGBCN Shishir Lama, and Pastor Kamal Limbu. A program on the World Day for Decent Work was organized by SSS Center on Friday in collaboration with National Domestic Workers Movement of Nagaland Region in SSC Auditorium for Integrated Development. During the event, Director of ACID and Coordinator for National Domestic Workers Movement of Nagaland, Senior Pramila, in her speech asked the gathering to know its importance of decent work and further stated that every work has its own dignity and respect, be it office work or work done at home. The speaker of the event was Dr. Advocate Lima Nochet, and during his speech, he stated that this year's World Day for Decent Work is dedicated to the millions of workers around the world seeking wage justice to ensure financial security for households and sustainable economy. Notably, around 106 members were present during the program.
Here together with you all to commemorate the World Day for Decent Work, which falls on 7th October every year. Just to give a little explanation on decent work, many a time we think that only organized work is decent, rest unorganized is not. Whether the work is done in the
first edition of Miss Simone 2022, held under the theme Beauty with Width, was held on Wednesday, with Hisole Mak being declared as the first Miss Simone 2022. Notably, the beauty pageant organized by Rengma Mothers Association was held at CRBC ground in Simone, with MLA Dr. Nikesale Kere as the special guest. It is to be mentioned that the 22-year-old Hisole Mak was crowned as the first Miss Simone 2022, while the first runner-up title was backed by 21-years-old Ethel Kent, and the second runners-up was adjudged to 17-years-old Christine Sella. It may be mentioned that the panel of judges included Ketolino Kense Vekeno, Gloria Tap Rengma, and Mele Pucho, while the host for the show was Rufo Wizo, while Mr. International India, Opang Jamir, was the grooming master for the event. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, along with BJP President JB Nadda, on Saturday inaugurated the party's new Assam unit headquarters at Basista in Guwahati. Union Minister Horbananda Sonowal, Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, State Party Head Babesh Kolita, Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha were present. While addressing the party workers in Guwahati, Shah asserted that Assam and the northeastern region marched ahead in the path of peace and development during the last 8 years of BJP rule under Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He hit out the Congress by saying that 70 years of Congress rule since independence pushed the Northeast to violence and anarchy, while during the last 8 years, Modi's leadership helped the region join with the mainstream. He claimed that the BJP government has established peace in Assam with 9,000 people laying down arms. Furthermore, the Prime Minister has trebled the budget for the NE region, which has ushered in infrastructural developments in all sectors. Earlier, Shah and other leaders went through all floors of the 6-storied building named after former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. JB Nadda also virtually laid the foundation stones of 9 district party offices, while Shah pressed the remote to do the same for the 102 BJP regional offices in the state.
मुझे आज बहुत आनंद और हर्ष है 2014 से लेकर 2022 के अल्पकाल के अंदर आज पूरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट और हमारा आसाम विकास के रास्ते पर चल पड़ा है। और मेरे जैसे कार्यकर्ता के लिए इस सौभाग्य का विषय है कि ये नॉर्थ ईस्ट का विकास और भाजपा का नॉर्थ ईस्ट में विकास दोनों समांतर चले। भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कार्यालय और कोई पार्टी के लिए ईंट चूना पत्थर से बना हुआ मकान हो सकता है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं के लिए ये मंदिर से कम नहीं होता है। मित्रों, आज ये भव्य कार्यकर्ताओं के मंदिर को यहां देखकर मुझे मन में बहुत हर्ष हो रहा है। मोदी जी ने जिस तरह से नॉर्थ ईस्ट को विकास के लक्ष्य तय किए, विकास के लक्ष्य के साथ साथ एक भव्य पुरुषार्थ किया। 42 से ज्यादा बार मोदी जी 8 साल में नॉर्थ ईस्ट में आए हैं। हर 15 दिन में एक मंत्री केंद्र सरकार का नॉर्थ ईस्ट में आता है। भाजपा का राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जो भी होता है, चाहे मैं हूं या नड्डा जी हो, अपने एक टर्म में 2-2 बार नॉर्थ ईस्ट के हर राज्य में अमूमन जाकर रात्रि निवास करता है। और इसके कारण नॉर्थ ईस्ट और भारत के बाकी के हिस्से में कांग्रेस के 70 साल के अंदर।
Following a Supreme Court order, Meghalaya Government Lower Primary School Contractual Teachers Association called off their protests on Friday. SC has offered the Meghalaya government to allow the contractual teachers to reappear for the Meghalaya teacher eligibility test. The state government has also assured the contractual teachers that they will be allowed to succeed in the exam without considering of their age. Notably, the protests by over 800 teachers started on September 7, and the teachers demanded the reinstatement as their services were terminated in the year 2021. Furthermore, Meghalaya police used tear gas on the protesters on Thursday, while the teachers were agitating in front of the main secretariat in Shillong. The ruling Bharatiya Janata Party in Tripura announced a 16-member election management committee on Friday, as the assembly elections in Tripura is just a few months away. Tripura State BJP President Rajiv Bhattacharjee will be in lead to head the committee. Prominent leaders such as Chief Minister of Tripura Manik Saha, Rajya Sabha MP Biplab Kumar Deb are those among the 16-member committee. BJP's national spokesperson Sambit Patra is set to visit Tripura on October 19 and 20 to observe the party's preparations for the upcoming general elections. President of India Draupadi Murmu is likely to visit Tripura for 2 days from October 13 to inaugurate various development projects in the northeastern state. It is to be mentioned that this will be Murmu's first visit to Tripura and is likely to visit Udaipur to offer prayer to Ma Tirupureshwari on October 14. A civic reception has been planned by Agartala Mayor Deepak Majumdar at Town Hall, and Chief Minister Manik Saha along with his cabinet colleagues are expected to be present in the program. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi held an interaction with the masses as the Bharat Jodo Yatra resumed from Tumkur in Karnataka on Saturday. During the interaction at Thuruvekeri, the Wayanad MP said that the party believes in fighting against those who spread hatred. He also highlighted the fact that the community of the person spreading hatred doesn't matter. The Congress leader also stressed on integrity and unity in the country. Rahul also jibed at the opposition and said that the BJP he stands by irks the RSS and the BJP. He went on to take a sarcastic remark that 1,000 crores of money and energy have been spent by financially rich and well-oiled machine to tarnish his image. This was his third press interaction during the march. The year is in its Karnataka leg and marked its 31st day. Earlier, the yatra commenced on 6:40 a.m. on Saturday morning. Bharat Jodo Yatra will have a grand rally on October 15 and will be halted on October 17 due to the party presidential polls.
No matter who the person spreading hatred in India is, it does not matter which community they come from. Spreading hatred and violence in India is an anti-national act, and we will fight anybody who spreads hatred and violence in this country. India, Bharat, is a union of states. That all our languages, all our states, all our traditions have an equally important space in this union. So I don't just view that as a political counter. I view that as the nature of our country. The thing to understand is I stand and have always stood for certain ideas. And that, of course, disturbs the BJP.
The death toll in the Uttarakhand Avalanche rose to 26 on Friday after 7 more bodies of trainees were recovered from Draupadi Kadanda mountain peak in Uttarakhand. Out of the 7 bodies which were recovered on Friday, 2 were of trainee mountaineers from Northeast, Assam's Dipsika Hazarika and Meghalaya's Tiklu Jwara went missing along with the others. It is to be mentioned that the avalanche occurred at a height of 17,000 feet on October 4 when a team of Nehru Institute of Mountaineering was returning after submitting Draupadi Ka Danda to peak in Uttarakhand. According to the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, as many as 29 persons, including 2 instructors and 27 trainees, were stranded, and the search and rescue operation is in progress for the search of the remaining 3 trainees.
ये जो हादसा हुआ था वहाँ से इंसिडेंट साइट से इनको एडवांस बेस कैंप लाया गया और उसके बाद फिर हेलीकॉप्टर से इन्हें ट्रांसपोर्ट किया गया है और अभी 7 बॉडीज़ पहुँची हैं और आइडेंटिफिकेशन का काम अभी गतिमान है।
अब मौसम का क्या हालात है, और भी आएंगे इसके बाद चलेगा?
जी, प्रयास अभी है कि और भी रिकवरी की जाए, मतलब ट्रांसपोर्ट किया जाए, परंतु अभी मौसम के मिजाज।
A huge accident occurred on Nashik-Aurangabad road after a private luxury bus caught fire after colliding with a truck. It is to be mentioned that around 11 people were killed and over 20 were injured during the incident. The locals and the police rushed the spot after the accident, and the injured were shifted to civil hospital for further treatment. Meanwhile, PM Modi via Twitter condoled for the death of the departed souls and mentioned that an amount of ₹2 lakh will be given to next of kin of the deceased and ₹50,000 to the injured from Prime Minister's National Relief Fund.
बहुत बड़ा चौपुली है, यहाँ पे हेवी ट्रैफिक है, हेवी व्हीकल चलती है और बस और छोटी मालवाहू ट्रक है, उसमें एक्सीडेंट हुआ, बस को आग लगी। आग लगने से पूरे प्रवासी जल के पूरे मर गए। सामने से हम देख रहे थे, कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे थे। अग्निशामक पुलिस।
In a major setback to people ahead of Diwali, the Indraprastha Gas Limited on Saturday increased the price of compressed natural gas by ₹3 per kg across Delhi NCR. Notably, the IGL increased the CNG prices in Delhi from ₹75.61 to ₹78.61, while in Noida, Greater Noida and Ghaziabad, the prices have been increased from ₹78.17 to ₹81.17. Meanwhile, it will cost ₹86.94 per kg in Gurugram, ₹89.07 per kg in Rewari and ₹87.27 per kg in Karnal and Kathal in Haryana. Furthermore, with the latest hike, the CNG in Uttar Pradesh's Muzaffargarh, Nagar, Meerut and Shamli will be available at ₹85.84 per kg and will cost ₹88.88 per kg in Ajmer, Pali and Rajsamdan of Rajasthan. Again in Kanpur, Hamirpur and Patehpur of UP, it will cost ₹90.40 per kg in regards to PNG or piped natural gases. The prices have hiked to ₹53.59 per standard cubic meter, and for Ghaziabad, Noida and Greater Noida, the PNG price hiked to ₹53.46 per SCM, while in Gurugram it will cost ₹51.79 per SCM. Furthermore, in Karnal and Rewari, it will cost ₹52.40 per cm, and for Mufazzar Nagar, Meerut and Samli, it will cost ₹56.97 per SCM. It is to be mentioned that the gas distributors have periodically raising prices since October last year, when domestic as well as international gas prices started to climb.
वो तो काफी असर पड़ रहा है सर। कहाँ सीएनजी कितना कम था रेट, अब तो डबल से ज्यादा हो गया। और हम लोग का जो रेट है वो वही है, पहले वाला ही है। तो दिक्कत तो आई है, बढ़ ही रहा है ये सब। हम लोग का तो परेशानी बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गया। अब हम क्या करें? किराए से गैस का पैसा तो निकल जाता है सर, लेकिन अपना भी तो बच्चे पालना है। बच्चों का गाड़ी का किस्त का ये सब कहाँ से आएगा? बहुत सारे दिक्कत है सर, बहुत परेशानियां हैं।
उससे ज़्यादा असर पड़ेगा, क्योंकि एक तरफ तो हम इन्वायरमेंट की बात करते हैं, कि इन्वायरमेंट साफ़ होना चाहिए, क्लियर होना चाहिए, और एक तरफ हम उसी को पेट्रोल और सीएनजी जो है अब ज़्यादा फ़र्क नहीं रह गया है। तो सीएनजी के जो दाम है अगर पेट्रोल के बराबर पहुंच जाएंगे तो लोग पेट्रोल की गाड़ी लेंगे तो इन्वायरमेंट में ज़्यादा फ़र्क पड़ेगा, जो कि सीएनजी की गाड़ी में कम पड़ता है। हाँ, क्योंकि हम इतने सारे पैसे लगाते हैं सीएनजी फिटिंग कराने के, गाड़ियों के अंदर हम जो लाख 1.5 लाख रुपए एक्स्ट्रा देते हैं तो उसका क्या फ़ायदा होगा। बहुत ज़्यादा असर पड़ गया है, कहाँ 45 रुपये और आज की डेट में 78 रुपीज़ की हो रही है सीएनजी। बहुत ज़्यादा फ़र्क पड़ गया है और बजट सारे हिल गए हैं।
सीएनजी पहले ये कह रहे थे सीएनजी प्रदूषण के लिए कम है इसलिए सीएनजी की गाड़ी लियो, अब फिर पेट्रोल की गाड़ी लेने में ही फ़ायदा है। फिर भाई सीएनजी में डबल खर्चा, मेंटेनेंस का डबल खर्चा, तो पेट्रोल गाड़ी ना लेगा फिर आदमी। एवरेज के चक्कर में गाड़ी में उसमें सर्विस में ज़्यादा पैसा लगता है गाड़ी सर्विस कराने में। सीधी सी बात है, पेट्रोल जब गाड़ी का मेंटेनेंस भी कम है फिर उसमें सर्विस कराने में भी कम पैसे लगते हैं, गाड़ी की रख रखाव भी ठीक है, इसमें डबल नुकसान और पॉल्यूशन की वजह से इन्होंने।
The family of the murdered journalist Gauri Lankesh joined Congress leader Rahul Gandhi in the ongoing Bharat Jodo Yatra by Congress in Karnataka on Friday. Gauri's sister Kavita and mother Indira walked with Rahul Gandhi as Congress continues Bharat Jodo Yatra in Karnataka, which was started in Kanyakumari. Rahul Gandhi, while sharing the photo of him marching along with Gauri's family, said that he stands with Gauri and countless others who represent the true spirit of India. Notably, senior journalist and activist Gauri Lankesh was brutally murdered in Bengaluru on September 5, 2017. Right-wing extremist group Sanatana Sanstha's 18 accused members in Gauri's case are facing charges under the Indian Penal Code. Indian Air Force on Saturday began a celebration to mark its 90th year of foundation at the Sukna Lake in Chandigarh. The celebration theme was IAF Transforming for the Future. Air Chief Marshal Vivek Ram Chanduri lauded the forces and informed that the Indian government approved the creation of a weapons system branch for the IAF officers. It is to be mentioned that IAF conducted an hour-long air show which was participated by 80 military aircraft and helicopters, including light combat helicopter Parachant. Notably, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh extended greetings to all courageous IAF air warriors and their families on the Indian Air Force Day. Gujarat Anti-Terrorism Squad along with the Coast Guard have seized 50 kilograms of heroin worth Rs 360 crore from a Pakistani boat off the Gujarat coast on Saturday. 6 crew members of a boat named Al Sakar are under custody and are being brought to Jaukwak port in Gujarat for further investigation. Notably, Narcotics Control Bureau along with the Indian Navy on Friday seized 200 kg of Afghan heroin worth Rs 1,200 crore from an Iranian fishing vessel off the Kerala coast. 6 Iranian nationalist crew members have been apprehended. Indian swimmers Sajan Prakash and 14-year-old Hashika Rama Chandra both won 2 gold medals in the ongoing 36th National Games 2022 in Gujarat on Friday. Hashika, who hails from Karnataka, won 6 gold and 1 bronze medal by finishing at the first place in the women's 460m freestyle and 200m individual medley. On the other hand, Sajan Prakash from Kerala defeated Advait Page from Madhya Pradesh in the men's 400m freestyle and S. Siva from Karnataka in the 200m individual medley. Prakash took his personal gold medal tally to 5 at this edition of National Games. Meanwhile, Pooja Patel of Gujarat won the 10th gold medal for the host state in women's traditional Yogasana. Rajasthan's Vivian Kapoor secures gold medal in men's trap shooting. Services leads The National Games 2022 with 100 medals, followed by Haryana with 75 medals and Maharashtra on third spot. Furthermore, Indian Olympic Association confirmed that 37th National Games will be held in Goa. Amid the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine, authorities in Moscow said on Sunday that the bridge between Crimea and Russia has been partially destroyed due to a fire sparked by a car bomb. Ukraine media said it was an explosion that has caused a fire on the bridge, while Russia's news agency claimed that it was a fuel tank fire on the Kerch Bridge. No casualties have been reported so far. A ferry service will be launched on Saturday, while the traffic on the road cum rail bridge has been suspended. The Kerch Bridge, which was opened by Vladimir Putin in 2018, plays an important role in linking the peninsula with Russia's transport network. Notably, Russia annexed 4 Ukrainian regions recently. Dear viewers, that's all we have for now. Keep watching Nagaland TV, and this is Lomika Chumi signing off.
अरे तूने अभी तक कुछ किया ही नहीं।
अरे ये तो लो क्वालिटी टंकी है।
होशियारी मत दिखाओ, दुकानदार ने 5 साल की गारंटी दी है।
अरे 5 साल छोड़िए, इसका पानी पियेंगे ना तो बहुत जल्दी हम लोग पहुंचेंगे। अंदर का सरफेस प्लेन, स्मूथ और प्योर व्हाइट भी नहीं है। आप एक काम क्यों नहीं करते, निप्को ताज का एक टंकी लगा लीजिए।
लेक्चर बंद करो।